Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have Mark with me because today is a very special day where we're going to talk about how we got engaged.
Word.
So I know in my last video where I talked about being pregnant and also talked about how I wasn't really pressed about being married and whatnot. If you want to go back and watch that video, feel free. But I also said that marriage was something important to me and something that we talked about since, the start of our relationship. So, yay, we're engaged. And yeah, we just wanted to tell y'all about it. I felt like I couldn't just pop up on here with a ring and not have told y'all what happened and at least show his face on here for this type of video. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. So do you want to, start us?
Sure. What up, YouTube? So this actually started a while ago because marriage is very important to me and to my faith and just solidifying what we already know that we have and making sure it's forever. So I spoke to my boys about it and I started to put money aside and it was just never the right moment or time, etc. And in my opinion, a woman should only go through an engagement and all the festivities once. So I wanted to make sure that was special for Miss Kendall here. So talked to my friends and we came up with a great idea to do it at the baby shower, which is upcoming.
In a month.
Yeah, a month. And so my mom came to town and it was a great opportunity for her to get in the weeds and get more out of Miss Kendall here because she didn't want to go to a ring shop with me.
I didn't want to go to a ring shop because I felt a lot of pressure to know exactly what I wanted because I could feel him doing his research and asking if I liked certain type of things. But to be honest, I don't know or didn't know anything about wedding rings, engagement rings, or anything. So for me, it was a lot of pressure to know what I liked when I hadn't even taken the time to explore what was all out there. So it was I felt anxious about it, first off, because I knew once I stepped into a jewelry store, my mind would the time would start ticking and I'd be like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And I would start, you know what I mean? That whole mental process. So I didn't want to do it for that. And then also I just felt like if I went into a ring shop with him, then he would be looking so intensely at me to see what I liked and what I didn't like. And I wasn't prepared for that.
But it was actually the opposite. So I'd been in probably 20 different ring shops. I've been online. One of my coworkers actually put me on to his personal jeweler, so I was working with him for a while and sneaking out at nighttime to go meet with him and check out diamonds and just the whole nine. So, fellas, if you haven't done that, make sure you actually put time aside because it's a lot more than just money that goes into that decision. It's a lot of other stuff that I would have never imagined. It's very stressful. But my mom was great because not only did she come to town and spend time with us, but she spent a lot of time with Jade and she did a lot of investigating for me.
Yeah.
So that was great. And the last thing that she said to me before she left, after I was showing her a ton of rings that I'd created and put together using different formats, was that when it's the right ring that I know. And I don't know if she gave me that advice because she was sick of me sending her rings and asking her, what did she think about this one?
He was sending rings to everybody.
Yeah, I had all the family involved, both sides. I had a group chat with all of our sisters going on. It was a lot. So I finally found the ring. And like my mom said, I knew. I knew immediately. And it was awesome. It was, everything worked out from the sizing was perfect. The pickup was perfect. Then the ring arrived and it was 50 times better than I could have even thought.
Well, even to the point of his mom being here, I think for me, finally actually going into the ring store and trying rings on, it was so helpful to have another woman there with me, because it took some of that pressure that I had been feeling off of me, because I could have somebody to like bounce opinions off of. So I was like, okay, if she thinks it's pretty and I think it's pretty, then it's pretty, you know. And then I also ended up trying on rings that I would have never chose for myself, which the ring that we ended up getting was something I wouldn't have chosen for myself unless I had tried it on.
Hold up. That threw everything off. So I was on this traditional, it was going to be special. I was creating it from jump, but I went a very traditional route, like diamonds on the band, and then one rock that, you know, set up and was just, you know, blinging, just kind of that whole thing, white gold, whole nine. And I almost pulled the trigger quite a few times. And we went into this ring store, and she's like, first thing, rose gold.
Yeah.
And her brother looked at me, and he's like, he bust out laughing.
Yeah.
Because he knows, like, he's probably a part of about 50% of the journey. So he knew that I was not even on
looking at rose. I wouldn't have told him to look at rose gold rings.
I asked her about rose gold rings a while ago, and she was like, no.
But when I tell y'all, when I put it on my hand and saw the rose gold up against my skin tone, I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. And I would have never thought that unless I had tried it on.
Because I had seen, I don't, how am I supposed to know?
I didn't know. I didn't know until I literally tried it on. And I had never seen anyone else with a rose gold ring. Everybody I know has like silver rings. Yeah, like silver rings.
Hey, Jay-Z said it on the album. Rose gold for the culture.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, I didn't know that, but I ended up loving like all the rose gold rings, and I would not have known that unless I had gone into the store that one day.
Shout out Jay-Z, by the way. Legend. Shout out Jay-Z.
Anyway, so then in my mind, y'all, I thought he was going to propose at the baby shower.
Hold on, I'm not done with my story.
Oh, you're not done? Oh, I thought you were done.
Okay, so I get the ring. It took about 2 weeks to arrive, so I had the ring for a while. That's when it got even harder because I can't hold water. And I had this ring. So, true story. I got the ring. I sat in the car. I went to go pick it up. I sat in the car and I was just looking at it and I was twirling it around and it was just sparkling. And I was like, man, this is gorgeous. So I drove home. I put it in my pocket. So I ran upstairs, put the diamond certificate in a very safe place. Fun fact. I don't know if y'all knew this, but when you buy diamonds like loose, they engrave them with these numbers. So if, say, something happens to a ring, she loses it, cops find it, it's really, really small, but they can like magnify it to show the numbers and track it down and reach out to me like, hey, Mark, we found a diamond or a ring. We think it belongs to you. But anyway, I come home, I run up, I cook really quickly, ring in my pocket, burning a hole in my pocket, run upstairs. I'm taking photos of it. I'm like playing with it. I'm like on the knee practice. I'm the whole nine. So I ended up hiding it in my favorite pair, in the left shoe of my favorite pair of shoes, Band 1s, Air Jordan 1s, by the way, black and red. Top of the closet, box on, paper over it, basically somewhere that I knew she would never
I would have never looked.
But literally every second of every day.
I wouldn't have even looked because I did not know that you had the ring at all. So
she had no clue that I had
I had no clue. This whole time I had no clue any of this was actually materializing. Like I knew he was looking up stuff because he was asking me if I like this, if I like that, but I didn't know that it had actually started to materialize into like a real thing.
Yeah. So it's hidden. I'm thinking about it every single day. I'm at work thinking about it. I'm like, I'm just into it. Then I come up with the plan. The plan is we met at North Park Mall for the first time ever. I was planning on, after our baby shower, meeting there with the photographer and like family and surprising her in this big way in the exact spot that we met. And then her friends hit me like, yo, that's a great idea, but she's expecting you to do it that weekend. Then her sisters was like, yo, by the way,
because I was telling,
she brought it up to us this weekend that you're going to propose. And if you don't propose by then or after that moment, she's going to be pissed. So I'm like, oh, word. So shout out to all those ladies. Like, again, fellas, talk to the ladies in your life. Mom, find somebody that you're really comfortable with, and run these ideas by them. They're extremely helpful. So shout out to the best friends. Shout out to the sisters. Love y'all. Y'all have been awesome. But they're like, yeah, she's expecting it. I'm like, oh, word? Okay, cool. I had this little Valentine's situation where I was going to set up a little painting with the twist, kind of with some red wine night for us to like paint art for our nursery. So I'm like, you know what? What if I invited the crew and had everybody come to the house, get easels. Everybody thinks that we're just painting art for the nursery, but I'm going to propose as well. Everybody knew but her. So all the friends come over, and we're painting, and they know what's going on. So like, I'm also trying to cook, and they're like, "Nah, man, go paint,
Yeah.
so you can go." So we all paint. We finish our paintings, and I'm like, "I'm gonna go last." Somebody didn't want to hear that. So, I'm gonna go last because my baby is my party.
Exactly. Because I'm thinking, mind y'all, I have no clue any of this is happening. So when he says I'm going last, I'm like, no, I want to go last. And then everybody is like, no, he got to go last. And I'm like, why are y'all getting turned up about this? Like, okay, fine, he can go last. Like, I'm not going to make a big deal. But it was like a thing. Like, he had to go last for this, obviously.
Well, I wasn't playing no games. So I was like, hey, I'm going last. And we got through it. Our friends were great. And I had one of my boys.
Oh my gosh.
For the party.
Oh gosh, boy.
So I had one of my boys.
Ugh.
Oh
What
God.
the hell?
So I called Jade up to the front where everyone presenting their paintings. And she's oblivious to what's going on. And I'm first she asked me to sing a piece of
Jodeci.
Forever My Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forever My Lady, the first
yeah.
part.
Yeah. Which
the
I
So
was
Having My
just
Baby
being
part.
dumb. I wasn't even thinking nothing. Like, yeah.
So yeah, that was dope. I was surprised too. Like, I hadn't really warmed up my vocal cords. She just kind of put me on the spot. You know what I mean? But whatever. Sung it, killed it. That's how I do. And I'm basically telling her how much she changed my life and how much she's just made me a new man and makes me better every single day.
Yeah.
And how I can't imagine any part of life without her.
I'm
Like
just gonna I'm gonna pause you here. Okay, so while he's saying all these things, right? Everybody who painted, we all were like presenting our art. So when he says he wanted to present, like he wanted to go last, he wanted to present his art last. So everybody went down the line of like showing what they had created, and his was like turned to where I couldn't see it.
Mine was turned
so
back,
I literally like sat down in front. Mind y'all, like he's extra, I'm extra. So we just are like that on a regular basis. So when he said, "Oh, you need to come up here with me for my presentation," I was like, okay, whatever. I grabbed the seat and everything, like pulled the chair up because I was like, I'm not about to stand here the whole time. So I'm about to sit down. And then I even said to him, I was like, "Oh, you doing a little reveal? Like, what's going on with your painting?" He's like, yeah, it's a reveal.
Yeah, it's a special,
So,
because it was a special painting.
I did not. And at the same time, y'all, everybody's phones are out.
And so the entire night, they're trying to be discreet, but they can't. So
But they
like,
were, because
oh,
I didn't know. I still didn't, like,
well,
it didn't register.
I was trying to make sure that they all had their phones in landscape, because I can't stand when people like take videos like this and like turn the phone sideways. So like, that's also going on throughout the night. I don't know how she didn't catch that either.
I didn't.
But everybody's phones is out or whatever, which I don't think everybody's phones were out for the other presentations.
No, they were not.
Her brother was down here with my camera, flicking up.
Didn't
like,
see any
in
of
a
that.
spot.
Didn't see any of it.
One of the homies was legit on the floor, like trying to get
and
every
I
angle.
did not. I don't even know how I did it. Those things didn't click. I was just oblivious to the whole thing happening.
Yeah. So I had my homie, my friend, flip my painting over, and I said, "Will you marry me?" And she like darts off.
I
she
ran.
turns around and darts off.
I ran.
And like one of the first things that she said was like, "Oh, I didn't get my nails done." mind you, 2 days prior, I said, hey, babe, I know what's coming. And I'm like, hey, babe, your nails good? Like, everything? She's like, yeah, I just got them done a few days ago. Remember I went to Dallas and I got them done? So
Okay,
I'm like, okay,
but...
perfect. Because I was going to have her friend take her to get her nails done earlier
But you
that day.
know, I have like a little baby manicure. I wanted like, you know, like nails for when we got engaged. But that's just me being extra. And my nails at least were done. Like, it wasn't like they were grown out or anything. So
yeah,
we were fine there. But...
So I got on one knee, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was nervous. I was so nervous, and really nervous in a great way because first of all, I didn't want to mess up. But second of all, once again, I knew that like life would never be the same again, and it's unknown. Like I don't just been a little bit transparent. Like I haven't always been around like healthy marriages. It's not something that's just in my family. And I think that with that in the back of my mind, and obviously there's so much negativity surrounding marriage nowadays and the union, and it's pressure. And growth comes from uncomfort, so I know that prayer and just amping up our relationship with God will be the number one thing, but it was definitely a very nervous time. But as soon as I was down on one knee and she said yes and I slipped the ring on her finger, it was just like a coolness just went over my body, literally. So it was an amazing feeling. It happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen with friends and family that are friends turned family that are extremely close to us. They've been great along this journey. They've been with us for some of our worst moments and worst times, and they've helped us get through them. We've been to church together. Yeah. We've hiked together. Yeah. We've traveled together.
The power of family, y'all, is huge. Yeah. And I think as adults, we're learning that even more because I think we've always had lots of friends, big families and stuff, but since moving to Oregon from Texas, we don't have immediate family near us. So it was just, imperative for us as people to have like a social group that we could like align ourselves with and like connect with on a regular basis. And we really found that here. And that's not easy as adults to do because it's hard out once you leave college and you're not, in a work setting. Like most of our friends and stuff come from, they either work at Nike with Mark or something in the vicinity of that. But for me especially, I don't have that localized place to go to every day where I can like build those relationships. So the fact that we were able to find not only people that were super cool, but like other couples and like, God-fearing people and everything that are super dope, but like also, have the same morals and values as us, it's just been really awesome. Really, really awesome. I think something that kind of like kept us on like a path to marriage, not in a sense of like, we wouldn't have been on this path without them, but I think it's like your circle definitely matters. And especially when you're in a relationship that's not, full of drama and like all this extra stuff, you need people around you that are going to support your love over everything. So
and like we grow with them as well. Like
yeah.
One of them are engaged.
Yeah.
They're married. They've been married for some time now. So even like seeing the way they interact and being able to like talk to them about what we're going through or what we may go through, and just them being open and transparent with what they're going through as well with us.
And knowing that like nobody's judging. Like nobody's like, oh, our relationship is better than yours. Like, oh, we got our nah. Like it's straight. What are y'all going through? What can we?
Chill out, man.
You gonna get down or not? Or you want to stay up here with us? Just knowing, being able to be like sounding boards for each other and just like bouncing like, what are y'all going through versus what we're going through, or maybe they're going through something that we've been through or vice versa. So it's been really important for us to have that kind of like unit. That's been amazing. But Yeah, I was super shocked when he proposed. Like he said, I thought it was going to happen at the baby shower. Clearly, I was telling everybody that it was going to happen at the baby shower. So,
Well, and for the record, it was never going to happen at the baby shower. Like, no.
or in the time frame, because I knew we were going to be at home in Dallas with all of our friends, all of our family. I had a feeling that it was going to be like around that time. So when he popped up and did it at the house, the other day, it was just like, wait, what? Like, this is what? How? Why?
I mean,
what?
and low key, it wasn't just, yes, the surprise was key and it was imminent, but on the other side, I can't hold water. So the knowing
He was trying to get it out. He was trying to get it out.
There were times we'd be laying on the couch or like having a conversation or watching something or playing dominoes, and I'll be like, "Yo, I'm about to just do it right now." I'm about to just do it right now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh! So. And he called my dad without me knowing beforehand.
Oh yeah.
So that was really awesome and really, really made my dad super happy. Just knowing that he took the time out to just call him. You know, it's something that, like, I don't know if a lot of people do anymore. It's definitely, you know, a personal preference type of thing, but it definitely won him some cool points with my dad. So I appreciated that a lot.
I think it's totally a personal preference. I think that it's very traditional, and I think we're very untraditional. And
yes.
We're fans of like making our own traditions, but at the same time,
there are certain things we value.
Well, yeah,
that are more traditional.
For me, I think it's traditional that's rooted in the right things, and that's one of the like respect things to where I feel like that's respect. Like, I have a daughter, so and expecting another one.
Yeah.
So it's like,
if y'all didn't know, it's a girl. It's a girl.
Well, before she goes on this tangent about it's a girl,
because I wanted to tell y'all about that too, but we'll finish this part.
I want to make sure that like I get that respect of her dad, and hopefully my daughters follow suit and want the respect of mine. It's not, and it's not like our quote unquote make or break thing, but it's an understanding that like a change of the guard. Like, hey, sir, like I got her heart from here. So I think the conversation was great. It was very positive. We're fond of each other. We respect each other as men, and he's trusting me with his daughter. So
yeah,
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Call him and say, "What up, man? What's up, Mr. Kendall? What's good?" Shout out to Mr. Kendall.
But yeah, so that was all amazing, and now I know this is the engagement video, but I don't know the next time we'll actually have time to like film something together. So I also wanted to fill y'all in on the gender of the baby. I know, but like the story, I mean, not the whole story. It's really not that long of a story as much as the engagement story was. But essentially, this whole time, I pretty much thought I was having a boy. He thought we were having a boy. He wanted a boy very, very badly. And I even asked y'all on Instagram what you thought I was having based on my bump. And most people said boy. And even his mom said, oh, yeah, you're definitely having a boy. Like, you know. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's going to be a boy. And I always had like this little bitty part of me that wanted a girl just because like I'm a girl's girl and I just clearly, okay. So I was like, okay, you know, in my mind I have boy. So when we're at doing the ultrasound, the tech is like, you know, are you ready for the moment of truth? And she was like,
says, what do we think?
Yeah, what do we think? And I said,
we both said boy.
Well, we said boy in the beginning when she first asked, and then right before I was like, I don't know, just tell us. Like I couldn't take the like, you know.
Well, I actually said boy, so when she said it's a girl, and she kind of said it in a way that was like, ha.
Yeah.
So kind of
y'all, I busted out laughing so hard. He was so quiet, and if y'all could tell he's a talker too, just like me. When he's quiet, it's like he really like is taking a pause. It was so funny. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I told her though.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
You're gonna try again to have a boy. You're gonna be like Kobe in this thing.
Listen.
You're gonna be like Kobe Bryant. You're gonna be 3 M's.
I might have
fishing for that boy.
I might have maybe 2 more pregnancies in me. Maybe, okay? So if you get 2 for 1 in one of those scenarios, I'm okay with that. But we not gonna keep trying till we have a boy. Like, that's just not happening.
I mean,
but
she talking like it's her decision. God.
Okay, yes, it's God's decision.
Yeah.
If God says. But yeah, so we're really, really happy. We wanted to just share with y'all all of our good news. And I just really appreciate all of your support and love. The last couple weeks, he is kind of falling asleep. The last couple weeks have been very fulfilling and overflowing of just emotion. And I really keep telling people, I'm like, it has been sensory overload for me. From just being excited about being pregnant and watching and feeling my body change to getting engaged and then finding out the gender and then launching Life is Content. So many things that I just could only dream about prior to this year are happening. And it's just unbelievable that so many of you have been on this life journey with me for so long. It's unbelievable. So I just so appreciate y'all. I know some of y'all are calling yourselves Insta aunties. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's just a blessing to know that so many people are wishing us good and well, and health and everything for the baby and for our relationship and everything. So we so appreciate it. We appreciate your prayers and your good vibes and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we pray for y'all too.
Yes.
Even the ones who aren't wishing us the best. We pray for you.
Even y'all. Even y'all.
We pray for you too. We understand that everybody's going through something. So
absolutely. And sometimes seeing people having babies and getting engaged and married is a trigger for some of us that may be in positions where that's not your story right now. And so I completely understand that. And I understand that it's difficult for some people to be happy, but at the end of the day, there's so much more good that outweighs the bad. And even with my video where I had some people talking about referencing me. No. I'm not gonna dive into it, but I just want to say I think some people felt like I was trying to diminish marriage by saying it was just a piece of paper and things like that. But that wasn't my intent, and maybe I misspoke in that video slightly. My intent was just to say that marriage for me wasn't a precursor for being excited and happy to have a child. And that was just it. And so I don't want to sound like I'm flip-flopping or whatever, but I think it was just something that for me, marriage and children was something that I wanted. Whether one happened before or after the other, it didn't really matter to me in that sense. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. And if you guys have any other questions or you guys want to see specific videos from us or whatever, let us know down below. We are going to kind of keep things more chill as far as how much we share. We don't want to be too out there. So please don't think that we are about to start family vlogging and documenting every moment and sharing it with y'all, because that would just be an unrealistic expectation, because we're just not those people. But we will share as much as we feel comfortable with. Like I even said in the last video, we will share, the baby and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, we're not about to become family vloggers and all that, because that's just not our nature. So yeah, just gonna be real about that from the jump. But we will be doing, things that incorporate whatever's happening in our lives, and that may incorporate our kids, and that may incorporate more of our relationship, and it may not. So it just depends. But you want to say anything else, babe? No? You good?
God bless y'all.
Yes. God bless y'all. It's Sunday, so we're feeling really in our spirit today.
Shameless plug. Pastor Michael Todd's All Strings Attached series.
Yes, it is so good.
So
is it called All Strings Attached, or is that just one of the series?
It's called All Strings Attached. I think the first one was Dad Issues. The second one
is Family Ties.
Yeah, Family Ties.
Okay, yeah. So All Strings Attached. That we're watching that series right now.
Told me up, man. Told me up.
Yeah, it did.
It told me up.
Because it's very, very real, and very, very, I feel especially for us, very focused in on what we want to leave prior to being married and what we want to take with us into a marriage and us having a new child and all that kind of stuff. So like it very much so hit us in our hearts, okay, very, very deeply today, or both times that we watched the series so far. So if you haven't been watching Pastor Michael Todd, just search him on YouTube after you finish this video. Yeah, your spirit will be blessed for sure. So that's all we got today. I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and see you in my next video. Bye.